Hello. I want to take a moment and relay a few important points as the 117th once again forges ahead into a very busy spring and summer. First off, I want to say job well done on executing the mission. The 117th effectively projected air power by way of force extension during some of the busiest times in history as you completed the latest AEF bucket at the beginning of February. The next big deployment push will be this fall as we have more than 300 117th members deployed continuously for 6 months. In the meantime, we also have an aggressive summer schedule with trips and training that includes for the first time in years a summer camp at Gulfport, Mississippi. The 117th always executes the mission with pride and expertise. Keep up the good work. The objective of executing the mission is the first and most significant of the 4 pillars of emphasis. We as leaders and managers must consider these pillars as we make critical decisions and allocate our ever-dwindling resources each day. Second is managing resources. We are being empowered at every level of management more than ever to make sound, data-driven decisions that are in the best interest of the mission and the government. Resources are more than just money and equipment. Your time is not only valuable to you, but it's also a finite resource that must be used wisely. Commanders and supervisors are expected to, as General McDough says, stop the stupid and realize that not all will get accomplished, but what does get accomplished will be of the utmost importance and will be done with excellence. Third is leading the people. This is an area that has seen a recent groundswell of interest and local enthusiasm. Professional development and mentorship at all levels for our officers and NCOs is not just career building, it's an investment in the future of the 117th, the Air National Guard, and the United States Air Force. Our people deserve good leaders, and that leadership has to be groomed and developed. It's every supervisor, NCO, and commander's responsibility to frequently communicate with their subordinates and provide a roadmap for their development and continuously provide them feedback. Effective leadership also depends on each person's personal responsibility and good followership. We are, after all, a military organization. The days of just standing in line and blindly elevating in the ranks are long gone. I think we can all see the competitive environment in your Air Force as it unfolds around us. Prepare yourself and your people. The fourth pillar of emphasis is improving the unit. We are all responsible to leave this wing, this Air Guard, and this Air Force in better shape than we found it. We have a lot to be proud of here at the 117th, but I'm sure that you can think of several things that need improvement, whether it's a process or a facility. It's important, and it's often the only justification that we need to make some of these critical changes. Our local force protection and augmentee training, crisis negotiator training, and active shooter exercises fit this description perfectly. We are incrementally improving the unit by better preparing the entire installation to protect itself from the emerging threats. While recently visiting the medical group, I noticed an acronym that they have developed. As a recap, remember the acronym MILE, M-I-L-E. M standing for managing the resources. I stands for improving the unit. L standing for leading the people. And the E standing for executing the mission. They are the pillars of emphasis that should always be in your cross-check as you perform your job each day. I also want to take this opportunity to send a shout out to 5 different mission sets on this base that never leave their post. While many of us leave work at 5:30 each day, or midnight 30 depending upon your shift, the professionals in the command post, intel squadron, security forces, fire department, and the Noble Eagle alert air crews and maintainers stand ready to protect our nation, this base, its personnel, and our critical missions from emerging threats. Even when the base is closed due to adverse weather, weekends, or holidays, these 5 areas are never unmanned. If you serve in one of these areas, I, along with the entire 117th, would like to say thank you. I take great pride in bragging on what a great job you are doing to get the mission done. I want to talk about something completely preventable that could be devastating to our mission and is a complete disrespect to our airmen and to humanity. I'm talking about sexual assault. The Department of Defense as a whole has a zero-tolerance policy for sexual assault. We have the same policy here at the 117th. It will not be tolerated. April is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, so I want to take a moment and address the issue. This year's SAPR theme is Know Your Part, Do Your Part. I want to briefly touch on what Know Your Part and Do Your Part means. Everyone has a role in sexual assault prevention and response. Knowing your part means know that there are victims around you every day, and the things that you do and say have a direct impact, either positive or negative, on that victim. Number 2, know that the things that you allow to be said and done every day can and will shape the culture and environment around you. Third, know the warning signs of an environment that makes it easy for perpetrators to operate. Fourth, know that your leadership will support anyone who takes a stand against sexual assault and discourages behaviors that create an environment that makes it easy for perpetrators to operate. And finally, know what resources and who is available if you or someone you know has ever become a victim of sexual assault. Doing your part means to get help if you have been a victim of sexual assault, and you don't have to be in this battle alone. If you know someone who has been a victim of sexual assault, support that person. Make sure he or she knows the resources that are available to him or her. Go with them to get the help. Don't gossip, and stop gossip when you hear it. Stop those who are trying to tell vulgar or degrading jokes. Take a stand and call people out who bring that kind of disorder to the Air Force environment. Be a good wingman. Look out for one another. If you see signs that a situation may be ripe for sexual assault to occur, intervene, no matter where it is, who it is, or when it is. As I said before, everyone has a role in sexual assault prevention and response. I speak for all the leadership here at the 117th when I say sexual assault will not be tolerated. We will hold those perpetrators accountable, and we will support any victim of sexual assault. And finally, we expect you as American Airmen to know your part and to do your part. Every individual in this wing has a critical role in executing the mission. You've heard me use the phrase, "we fly airplanes," to highlight the fact that though we may be occasionally distracted by ground clutter, we must never lose sight of the mission itself. It's a daily collaborative effort of the men and women of the 117th that makes the mission happen, and you do it well. Thanks for what you do.